Hello, Australian warriors. This is Baron Hoig, the executive director of OneChiropractic and the Chiropractic Defense Council. Hope you're doing well, guys. I know it's been a little bit since you've heard from me. I'm slowing down on the videos to make sure that they have meat. But this is a video with some good news and then an ask because we're finally here. I've been kind of telling you that this day was coming, and so now I need your help. Let me fill you in on kind of where things are at. Obviously, the last video you got from me was a very detailed explanation, a summary of the town halls that I did when I was out there this past winter, fall. I don't know what it is for you guys. Sorry, I get back and forth. So it'd be your spring, I guess. But I really laid out in very great detail what we're doing with Operation Free Speech and dealing with the opera and the marketing restrictions and all that type of stuff. So I'm very pleased. A number of you have started really getting after that, which makes me very happy. We've had more people that have gotten letters from opera, and we've defended and successfully defended more people. So that's fantastic, but we still need to keep going in that direction. All right. We need thousands of people. So I'm once again urging you and encouraging you to please look at that stuff. We sent you, there was a company that started out of all of this to help you guys with the right kind of information, ADIO Digital. So make sure that if you want help with that, find them or reach out to me. I'll get you their information. They'll simplify it for your social media and some website stuff. But it's a very simple process. We just want you telling the story of chiropractic in a manner that we can support, and therefore we will defend you in that process. So please keep up on that. We're having success, and we want to continue to have success in that front. Now, the bigger issue, obviously the pediatric policy. I shared with you what our plan was. We were waiting on the health commissioners, or health ministers rather, meeting. Well, that got kicked from August. Supposed to happen this month in October, and now we're being told it's getting moved to December, and there's a potential chance that it won't be in December because one of the health ministers is up for election. So the thing kind of keeps getting kicked down the can, but I'm also getting word that this is becoming way more political than anticipated. I want to publicly again commend the ACA and the work that they're doing and the conversations they're having. They're doing a phenomenal job of placing the facts in front of these health ministers, but the gut feeling is that they are really moving this in a political mindset rather than an actual factual mindset. So that's led us to really dig in. I told you before that we would go after them if they maintain that policy. I don't know. The meeting hasn't happened. Again, it requires all 7 of them for this policy to stay intact. We haven't had a lot of information, at least that I'm aware of, from the chiropractic board on this, but I'm preparing nonetheless to be able to go forward and stand for the rights of chiropractors, as we promised you from the very beginning. With that said, we've been working with our legal team. You guys should have known we've already been We've spent probably about $50,000, $60,000 already with attorneys getting prepared to be able to go one way or another. Now that we're feeling like it's going to be going in one direction, we have gone out and sought even a higher senior barrister to really start looking at the merits of this, assuming that the health ministers maintain the policy, which I'm going to be honest, part of me hopes they do, because it makes this even better in our favor to be able to plead this thing legally. But it's going to cost money. I also told you that we're getting a PR firm that is going to work alongside of the legal action to make sure that the general public understands the merits of what we're doing, and that this isn't just protecting turf, that this is about the facts of the case and the health of all Australian citizens. And so those things have been happening. I shared those are going to be moving. Bottom line is this: we have a lot of things that are kind of coming to a head right now. And we're at a point with the senior barrister that they need us to give them a pretty significant retainer to bring them on, to have them start doing the preparatory work so that the minute that the decision is made, we can immediately file. We want to be able to respond immediately, incessantly, with prejudice if they maintain this policy. So here's what I'm asking for you. I need to raise $50,000 US. It's about 75,000 Australian to be able to get the retainer for this firm. Now, the good news is once the retainer is paid, they'll feed off of that retainer. So it's not going to be an ongoing. This is kind of a one and done thing. I just didn't expect to have to do it right up front. So now I shared with you in the very beginning when I started working with you guys that our whole strategy is to have a bunch of people do a little bit. And that way we don't have to ask for larger chunks of money from individuals. We haven't had the growth. We're growing, but at a very small rate. And again, our goal is 4,000 chiropractors in Australia, and we're still under 1,000 right now. So we're just not bringing in enough through those $33 contributions to be able to cover this big of a retainer at one time and still maintain the rest of the work that we're already doing. So unfortunately, this is why I have to come to you now and ask this. I'm asking for some help. I'm asking for if 50 of you could do 1,000 US, or if 100 of you could do 500 US. I need to raise that money as soon as possible to be able to retain this senior barrister, to have him as part of our team, start working with him where he can start working with our solicitors, get brought up to speed, all of that stuff before December, before that meeting happens, and we can be ready to roll. So I hate doing this. You guys know I hate doing this, but this is what it's going to take. We're also at the PR firm. We're going to front the money on that for the PR firm already with just the regular money that comes in. But this one I just wasn't necessarily prepared for, so I need your help. So please, if you can afford it, a one-time gift, you can click the link below. It's a one-time. I promise you, I know we've had issues with our billing system in the past. We've just updated it, so I don't have the same billing system. You'll give one time and one time only, unless you choose to do more. But I need to bring in the money. I need to be able to retain this. So I'm hoping you guys will be on board, that we will continue to work forward to defend your rights, and we will make sure that our story is heard on this pediatric issue. So click the link below. Again, if 50 of you could do 1,000, that'd be awesome. And wrap it up, be done, rock and roll. If that's too much to ask because of the exchange rate, if I get 100 of you to do 50 or whatever you can do, it would help as we're raising this money to be able to get this senior barrister to be prepared moving forward. I've had this conversation with the ACA. I've had this conversation with other groups. So if you have the ability to help with this one-time need, I would really appreciate it. Click the link below. Send it in as soon as you can so that we can get this thing wrapped up. And I will be back to you with more information as soon as we have more to share with you. But we are moving forward in this direction. We're going to get it done. And I really, really, really appreciate you guys helping us out. Click the link below. Give what you can. Help us get to this goal so that we can go forward and make sure that chiropractic is represented appropriately. All right, guys, we love you. We appreciate you, and we'll be back at you soon with more information. All right, guys, God bless.